he has.
And oh no.
Are we ready?
Is this taking into account the bad week?
Yeah, no, it drops your lowest week.
This does?
Yeah.
These, okay.
That's what I understand. So what week were we?
14?
Yeah, this is show 12 technically.
Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah.
We're back live for week 14, right? We're all here on time. This
Yep.
We show 12.
Show 12.
Been
Week
pretty
14.
consistent. We are brought to you by the one and only Vast Bank. That's as usual. There we go.
Boom.
And executively produced by Toby Biocchini. We got that all good right off the bat. Good job, me.
Good start.
How are you guys?
Good.
Juice?
I'm great. I installed a Ring floodlight wired by myself yesterday.
Oh,
so
nice.
Ooh.
That's big. You can
Probably
just
one of my biggest accomplishments in years.
probably life. I mean, you could maybe say life.
Maybe lifetime.
I mean, top 5 at least. And
Very
we got
impressed with myself.
all-state tennis, graduated from college.
If you want to see what's going on outside my garage right now, I can pull it out.
Something we can check out, add a little content to. Okay, coming off another good week by both the Juice, finishing, what were you, second?
Second by 21 points.
And this was first, third, second, the last 3 weeks?
Well, I finished the week before fifth, but
Oh, it's because
it's because I tried to change my lineup
right.
to win, basically.
So first, fifth, second.
So it would have been first, second.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you just left it alone.
Yeah, if I just left it alone.
And Jared, the show lineup.
10th place.
Nice. And we were looking at, as the loyal listeners know, we play in Rays League, which is a 50-man league, Sunday, Monday lineup. So Juice is currently sitting overall
Eighth.
8th, and then the show's 9th, or is the show
10th,
7th?
I think, but like behind by 3 points.
Oh, okay.
And I think Brett, who is a loyal listener, is right there near us. Gardy, another loyal listener, is in there.
Nice.
Brian, I think, is also in the top 10. So first place has got a big lead. I don't know. Who is in first?
McMillan P, they're up by 200 points.
McMillan
Ooh.
P, if you're a loyal listener,
Ooh.
thank you, and you're doing well. Big lead.
Huge lead.
About second through Juice, or second through the show, is
I'd
about
say second through about 12 or 13.
within
It's all
50
bunched up.
points.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
that's 1 week. 1 week. And technically, how many weeks do we have left?
It's week 14 now.
So 4 more.
And then, goes till week 18. So.
Okay, so man, yeah, we could have a
5 weeks. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yep.
Thank you for that math.
Yeah.
5 weeks means this is just. I mean, there's just there's all kinds of time.
McMillan P, we're coming for you, buddy.
Oh,
There's
I
yeah.
still
hope you
time.
listen, McMillan P.
Play Randy Moss every week.
Yes.
Yes, that got a lot of feeback from me personally. So they enjoy you, Jared.
What?
You know what's
You,
funny?
you had feedback?
They love you. The crowd loves you.
You guys mentioned Moss during our chat or something on Sunday, and I was so flustered by the Randy Moss thing. I was like, who the hell is Moss? Like the actual Moss. I forgot that it was Zach Moss because I was so fixated on Randy.
Well, thank you, Jared, for that. So, so in hindsight, good week, right?
Yeah, good week. 10th place, and then 2nd place for Juice. Good week.
So a little bit off subject. How'd that Million Maker look?
So they had Brock Purdy, just like us.
Okay.
With 32.46 points. Rashid White, 19.6 points.
I played White.
Achan,
Did not play all chance.
25.3 points. Devontae Smith, 24.6.
We played him, right?
Debo Samuel is in there with 38.8.
We did not play him.
I did.
You played
We
him,
talked
but
about him. We didn't play him, but yeah, Juice did. Mingo for Carolina, 12.9. He was only 3,300. McBride, again, 22.9. Laporta in the flex with 32 points. And then the Falcons D, which we had,
So if
17 points.
I blame Jordan, because if Jordan didn't exist, Laporta's my tight end last week for sure. But I think he would have been chalk if Jordan didn't exist too, right? Can we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of chalk last week, correct?
Yeah, a
I
lot
think
of
there were like 5 chalk plays.
I mean, Zach Moss was everybody played him.
Everybody
Moss got
played him.
Purdy got played.
Yeah, he was 58% owned in the Millionaire Maker, Zach Moss was.
Okay, what about Purdy?
Purdy was 20% owned.
That's pretty much a lot for a quarterback.
Yeah.
And then Jordan was the other chalk, but that person didn't play them in the Millionaire Maker. Who else was considered some chalk last week?
Wasn't
forgetting one.
it Pittman?
Might have been Pittman. He was pretty chalky.
And he did good.
Yeah, he did do good. I played Pittman. Yeah, good week.
The Falcons D was chalk, I feel like.
Yes, that was it. Yep.
And they came through.
17 points.
Yeah.
So a lot of chalk last week.
Yep.
And good chalk. Seems other than Moss, but it didn't matter because Moss was a free spread.
We were on a ton of plays last week. If you listened to the show last week, we gave out some fire.
Yeah, I agree.
I really,
we were on
I
it.
really feel like we did.
We were fishing near the crab, right?
Yep.
And we're doing show. Can't complain about how the show's information is going. Well, let's transition over. Let's talk. You want to talk? What do we want to do first? Do we want to talk injuries?
50 cent, or what is it?
You want to do 50-cent
let's do
pieces?
50 cent
Okay,
pieces,
well, then we don't need that one. We need this one. As you know, portion of the show where we discuss the games that Vegas thinks are going to go over 50 points, discuss some of the games we think might go over 50 points, talk about some games we might not play at all. And the best part about this segment has been there has been 0 50-cent pieces to speak of this year.
There's got to be one this week. At
You
least
got-
one.
you got
What
one?
are you guys guessing this week, the number?
I'm going to go with
So a main slate only. Remember that.
main slate only.
No, let's go the whole gamut.
You have the whole gamut?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whole gamut. Okay. Then I'm going to go with at least 2.
I'm going to go 2-2, I think.
Wow.
Did we nail it?
If you would have taken the Price is Right stance and gone with $1, I would have won.
I think I knew it was 1 or 2.
So it's 1.
One.
So it's Buffalo, KC.
It is Buffalo, KC. No, it's not. It's
Tennessee?
Philly,
Oh.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Philly,
That's
Dallas.
why I
That
guess-
makes sense.
I guess 2 because I thought Buffalo and KC would be 50.
Buffalo, KC is 48.5.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I was leaning towards.
So it's 1. That's good. We got that this week. We got that going for us.
Yep.
There's,
Really almost 2. 'Cause
Yeah.
48.5 is pretty close.
you think these games? The problem that I early on in discussing these games are they're going to be expensive, right? A little bit.
You know, it's it depends which game you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about both of them. I was talking about Kansas City, Buffalo, and Dallas, Philadelphia.
So I heard a stat today about Patrick Mahomes. He's been a top 6 scoring DFS quarterback. How many weeks this season would you guess?
It's low because I know he's only hit the bonus 3 times this year, and at this point last year he hit it 11.
2 times this whole season.
six.
He's
Yeah,
been
wow.
Top 6.
Yeah, he
So-
hasn't.
So we should definitely play Mahomes this
But
week.
if you think about it with Mahomes, right? Like he's got Kelsey, who's fairly expensive usually. That's it. All his receivers are typically fairly cheap. So, and Stephon Diggs has he had a hot start to the season, kind of come down to earth the last few weeks. So that game is not overly expensive. The Cowboys-Philly game is.
Yeah, that game's
It's
expensive.
got some
That makes
expensive
sense.
pieces. So,
Because Philly's kind of terrible at defending the pass now at this point, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
and we
I mean,
talked about it last week.
Yeah.
We said, that's why we
San
like Purdy.
Francisco just.
Yeah. They just went and they did anything they wanted for the most part.
Yeah.
So, I think the Philly Dallas game, CeeDee Lamb's kind of expensive, but it's been justified.
I mean, way justified. I mean, and this would seem to be almost optimal position ever, right?
Yeah. So I think there's parts of both these games we can attack for sure
Yeah.
if we want to go down that road.
I would not be against it.
Is there a game that you're eyeing up, Jared? You usually got some opinions on some games.
I like Tennessee, Miami's. It's a Monday night game, so it's not in the main
okay.
slate, but
It's on our slate.
it's on our slate.
What's that over under?
It's 46.5.
Probably the third one, probably. What about the Rams Baltimore?
I like that one. I don't think it's going to be very high scoring because it's Baltimore, but I would play Nakua from that.
What about? Well, we'll get your takes later. Detroit at Chicago. What do we think about that game?
It for some inexplicable reason the line keeps coming down.
It must be weather related, right?
Well, I don't think the
But
weather's
stay tuned
supposed
for
to
the
be
weather
that bad.
segment because we're going to hold the weather info because we're going to have a whole segment on the weather. You're notorious for your wind games, right? I mean, we need to make sure.
You know,
Now in December we're going to have a weather segment, right? I mean,
It makes sense.
it's interesting you bring that up because today I was thinking about the show, and I was like, I've always been this weather guy, and it's stupid. Like, why do I get so fixated on the weather?
I like it though. I think it's important, right?
I mean, is it? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like
I mean, if
get
it's pouring
too
down
hyper
rain-
focused on the weather.
If it's pouring down rain or super windy, it's hard to score points.
It's 70 degrees, by the way, today in Tulsa.
Yes,
Feels great.
I already got a walk in. It's nice. Yes.
But there are weather concerns this week for sure.
Okay.
There's another game though, real quick.
Save that for the weather segment. We're not in the weather segment.
Seattle 49ers is 46.5.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
So again, there's games this week that we can attack more so than the last few weeks.
Any games that we're seeing that we're just going to scrub off?
Yep,
Yeah, I guess I thought there would be
quite a
this
few.
one. Quite a few.
Quite a few. I would say Panthers and Saints. I don't want anything to do with that.
Jacksonville and Cleveland.
That's another,
Texans Jets. Nope,
especially
thank
if
you.
Lawrence isn't playing.
Jacksonville,
No,
Cleveland.
nothing
for
in the
sure.
Texans Jets. It sucks because the Texans are the Jets. The one thing they can do well is stop the pass,
It's
right?
a 33-point spread.
And that's because the Jets can actually stop the pass, right?
Yeah, well, I mean they got arguably the best cornerback duo in the game.
Okay, that's a good one to face.
And Tank Dell is out.
Yeah, he's out for the
so
season.
there's
Out
a
for the
lot
season.
lot of pieces out.
Yes, and they're on the road, and the Stroud home road splits are fairly real. So yeah, I mean I just don't want that game. Colts and Bengals is kind of a sneaky game, I think.
I think we said this a few times on the show. I feel like the Colts produce and cause people to score points. It seems like they are involved in some of the higher scoring games of the day each day.
Yeah, and Browning is a
looked
pretty
pretty good. He
decent,
looked good.
decent quarterback.
He looked
Highly
Yeah.
recruited out of high school. He's
Yeah.
a 5-star. He went to Washington. Like, yeah, I mean, this guy can, keep an eye on Browning.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
He did look good.
I actually had lineups where Browning played for me this week,
Oh, really?
Wow.
but I don't know if I like that total. So,
Oh, you mean this coming week?
yes.
Okay, I got you. I thought,
No, I
I thought
didn't
you went
play-
last week. I'm like, wow, that's
No,
impressive.
we did not do that. Did he have a good? What he ended up scoring?
Who? Which one?
Browning.
Oh yeah, he had a
Yeah,
great week.
yeah,
Okay.
he had a really good week.
Well, cool. How about we talk about some ownership percentage? One of the favorite parts of the segment is where Jared and I guess who the public is paying to play from each position. We'll go over top 5, top 10 for the receivers here. As of Friday at noon, who is popular and being played? We're usually not good at this, so
We'll
I
see how it
think
goes.
you guys are gonna do okay.
I'm gonna go with. Or you want to start off? So we're at
Sure.
quarterback.
Quarterback? Yeah, I got a guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ready to fire, you just fire.
Let's go ahead and see where Browning's sitting. 3?
Puts a lot of pressure
What-
on Matt, right?
That's way to start it off. So you just went with Browning, huh?
Yeah.
It feels like a Family Feud like showdown.
It is kind of. I mean, it has that elements to it. Whew. I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson.
5th.
Nice.
Not bad, not bad, not
bad
I'm
at
not even
all.
gonna give my clap because I didn't beat you, but not terrible way to start. Why don't you read 5 through, or let's go with quarterbacks. You want to go 10 through 1 here?
Sure. Let me see. 5, 6, 7.
You know, when you do 10 through 1, tell us what the actual ownership is too, because
Yeah, sure.
I think that's
Be happy to do it.
Interesting stat.
CJ Stroud is 4% owned.
okay. So because I think it shows the audience who may just be getting into some of this that quarterback really is diversified each
You
week.
really should play whoever you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't really put. Sometimes in Ray's league, I'll be like, I thought everybody would be playing Purdy because both of you were playing him. So
I think it's not necessarily the quarterback; it's who you play with the quarterback, where you can get a little bit different.
right.
But Gardner Minshew is at 5%.
Okay.
Josh Allen's just under 7. Mahomes is at 7. Mayfield is at 7. Lamar Jackson is just under 8. Russell Wilson is just above 8. Jake Browning is 3. He's at 10% owned. Brock Purdy is at 10.5% owned. And leading the pack is Justin Fields at 10.6%
Ooh, I would
ownership.
have not guessed that.
So Justin Fields is number one.
He's back. He's
Didn't he
playing
get a bye
against
week? He's
Detroit.
coming off a bye week, right?
Yes, their defense has been a sieve lately, and I think he rushes for over 100 yards almost every time he plays against the Lions.
We'll let my phone ring there. He's 6,800, and he's going against what they rank as the 29th. Wow. Philly being the 32nd against the pass is crazy.
Pretty crazy.
And how good they are. Okay, talk and Phil while I respond to this.
Do you know how
person
many
through
yards
text.
he rushed for against Detroit last time they played?
How many?
104 yards
Wow.
on 18 carries, threw for 169 yards with a passing touchdown, but 100 rushing yards for your quarterback is pretty nice.
Pretty great. That's 10 points just right there.
Just right there. So
Plus the bonus. That's actually 13 points.
yeah, plus the bonus. So
Well, let's transition. So, transition over to running back.
yeah, let's do it.
Running back. Been a tough position for me to fill each week here. It seems to be getting harder. The running back position, I feel like, is the key to winning.
I think you guys are going to screw it on this one. Screw the pooch.
Do a bad job.
Yes.
All right, I'll just go ahead and guess this guy. Chuba Hubbard.
Not a bad guess, but no.
He's coming on.
Yeah, he had a great week
I
last
think
week.
Is
we mentioned
that just outside of the top 10. Probably I think it's 13th.
in an early show that Chuba Hubbard was on a list that I saw from an expert that said players that you want on your fantasy team by the end of the year. He's proving to be a good one. Where was Chuba?
He is projected at 6% ownership.
Okay. Let's see. What am I going to fire?
I'll give you guys a clue. Number
Well,
one.
don't give me a clue yet because I haven't guessed my first one. If I don't guess,
Okay.
well, it's gonna. He's not on the. Ooh, okay. Give me a sec here. Keith Mitchell. Is that a?
Is that a bad one? Not a great guess?
You mean Keaton Mitchell, correct?
I did.
No, he's not.
I was thinking he's cheap.
What about Chase Brown? Where does he sit? Probably nowhere near the top.
No, nowhere near that.
We're doing great. We're doing great.
I did say you guys were going to screw the pooch, didn't I?
Yeah, we're doing exactly
I'll
that.
give you guys a hint.
Okay, now that hint can come into play.
Think about last week.
That's what I did, I guess. Chuba Hubbard. Let's see here.
Not much has changed.
A-Chan.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
McCaffrey.
Fourth.
Okay.
Finally.
Something.
Who is the number one owned running back last week?
Zach Moss.
He's number one again this week.
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
coming back with the moss. Okay.
I mean, he got the touches, he got the opportunities. We talked about him last week. Tennessee's rush defense is tough.
Yeah.
They shut him down. I mean, he's got a better matchup this week against Cincinnati. His salary went up, but not a ton.
Went
He's
up
at
like-
5,900, so it makes sense. I mean, maybe go right back to the well.
I'm wishing I'd played Ezekiel Elliott over Mostert. I had to make that decision last night. I played him in one team, but on the other team I left Mostert in, and Elliott just went off. Okay, so